Back to Top of Whip, everybody. Today we've got a pretty fucking special episode for your fucking asses.
Yes, sir.
We got two guests that fought on the VCMAA.
So we have letters.
Yeah, there's a lot of letters involved, but they fought on amateur boxing, kickboxing, and Muay Thai card February 19th at Melbourne Pavillion.
And we were lucky enough to fucking...
Yeah, and they cleaned fucking house.
Yeah, witness this shit. The whole gym at XFC cleaned fucking house the whole night, son.
Yeah, so it was fucking pretty awesome to watch. You got, like, I was told about you guys' excellence before the night of the event, but, like, until we actually got there and we saw you guys fight, yeah, we found out that night that you guys are pretty good. So,
yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we got there and we saw you two, we saw Mush, we saw Yash, we saw, who else did we see?
Yeah, give us some names. Who's the team?
So TJ.
Oh,
TJ,
my goodness.
God,
TJ is he's the crazy horse, man. I love watching him fight.
17-year-old. It was Shakur. We had
yeah, Shakur. I've watched
yeah,
him.
we had Harley. And then we had
Harley.
That's the
we had Jawad. 10 of
You
us.
guys joining on that chat?
10 guys.
Yeah,
No,
hell yeah. And I mean, it was a pretty clean sweep the whole night, huh?
Yeah, legit. We were all chanting so hard.
One of the best things I think about your team, not the fact that you were cleaning house, it was the fact that the support that comes from your team as well, like the brotherhood that's there. You're watching the main event.
It was second to none.
You're watching the main event when they're announcing you guys. You have your opponent, and I think 3 people clapped when they announced his name. Your name is announced, and the fucking place erupts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that your team is right there next to you, hyping you up. And I mean, I couldn't put it any better, man. Like, you fucking wiped the floor with that fella.
We got something special going on.
Everybody who fought from your team won that night.
I think
everyone
so.
twice as well.
Everybody.
Some of them twice.
Kaan twice, huh? And you twice, Mushy twice. I mean, yeah, it was outstanding. Outstanding. I mean, as well for anyone who would, who's looking at, as you said, fitness, bit of, brotherhood. Like, if you really want to learn, man, this is the place to go. Because, like, you could see as a team and as individuals, you all were able to not only get the win, but just fucking really style on these kids. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, it was, I don't want to say it was embarrassing for your opponents, because it's not. You got respect for everyone who steps in there. But I mean, like, every time you hear XFC and you hear, Coach Dion and whatever, you're like, all right, well, we pretty sure we know what's going to go down here. You know what I'm saying? After a while, 2 or 3 fights in, we're like, okay, so these guys can't lose. You know what I mean? If you were allowed to bet on this, I would have just put all my money on the whole team. You know what I mean? The whole, like, I would have got a 10-leg multi. Would have been clean house.
Yeah, I mean, every fight XFC had, you guys came out like
clinic.
There was more support from you guys than all of the other camps put together, I would say. Like, you guys came out to the most support, and you came out and cleaned house.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had people everywhere, all sides of the ring. We had support.
Yeah,
so it was crazy.
All right, Aaron, take us away, man. You were in the main event. What did you think of did you know much about your opponent going in? Like, were you aware of this kid's?
Not really. I saw a few of his clips, but honestly, I didn't really care who my opponent was that night.
Yeah.
I just wanted someone there.
Yeah. So, have you fought a couple times before? Yeah. Like, to get to that main event spot, like, they have to know for sure that you're a main event fighter.
I mean, not really.
No.
Was this your first main event?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a luck thing.
Yeah, it's kind of with luck, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Probably close or something.
Not bad.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of luck. Like, they put me in there, so I was just lucky that I got that spot.
Yeah.
But
well, as outsider perspective, you looked like you belonged there. Like, when it was, I think it was the second round, dude, and
Did you take a seat?
Yeah,
definitely not.
I don't think you did. I think you went over to the corner, so the corner adjacent to your opponent, and you were kind of staring at him because you knew he was in trouble, and you kind of had the bent down, like, you were looking at the guy, like, you kind of knew the fight was over, like, the guy was in trouble. I think he was outclassed. We all said it was a masterclass, like, within the first quarter.
It's crazy.
Or first round.
Yeah, man, take it away.
When
Let us know.
when you're in there and you're going against someone, like, Kaan would know, like, when you got them,
Yeah.
like, when they're hurt, when they're not, when you're gonna win.
Did you
Yeah.
game
That's how I
plan
felt.
I think we knew
specifically
that as
for him,
well.
or were you just tuning up your own,
Not
sharpening
really.
your own
That's just,
tools?
That's just how I fight.
Yeah.
That's just what I do.
Yeah.
In
I
these
mean-
amateur shows, you don't really know the opponent, so you just go in there, go forward, do what you do. That's what I did.
You styled on him, dude.
What
You
weight?
fucking
What weight
styled
class
him.
did that take place at? I didn't actually.
I
catch
cut
it.
weight. I cut weight to 63.
63
do you
kilograms.
walk
And
around
what do
at?
you walk around at?
Walk around like 68.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. And how long roughly does it take you for that cut? You start cutting weight, what?
Yeah,
couple of weeks
slowly.
out?
So about 3 weeks out, I start drinking more water than usual. So maybe
Yeah.
like 4 liters of water a day. And then I eat clean, obviously. So
Yeah.
no chocolate and stuff. Nah, no VBs.
Yeah,
No VBs at all. And then 2 weeks out, I go down to like carbs once a day. And then more water. So I have like 4 or 6 liters. And then the last week, like a week out of the fight, I cut carbs altogether. And I have like crazy amounts of water, like 6 liters, 8 liters, 10 liters.
Outrageous.
We're talking
10
a day
liters.
or-
Yeah, a day. This is all a day. Yeah.
Skull
And
that
then,
shit.
yeah, just that's it. Just keep drinking water.
Yeah.
And then for the last 24 hours, you fast. So you can't have anything until you weigh in.
Is it painful? Is it like?
It is, you get moody.
What's
Yeah.
the most
Everything
amount of weight
pisses
you
you
cut?
off.
Is it that 68 to 63? Is that the most you've cut?
Yeah. But I ended up being 62 because I lost a bit more weight during the day.
Yeah.
But my next fight, I'm getting down to 60. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah.
What is that
well,
relative
harder.
to pounds? Because
I'm
we hear
gonna-
about like
Um,
fucking Gleason T-Bow fighting Khabib at 55 and he walks around at like
Dude,
200.
you want to talk about one of the most ridiculous weight cuts I've heard is Rumble
Yes.
Oh yeah.
fighting at
welterweight.
170.
Come on.
Fighting at- he's fighting at welterweight. So
yeah.
the story I know the best is Dan Hardy fought Rumble at 170 way back in the day. And he said that Dan Hardy walked around at 185 pounds and he cuts to 170. 15-pound cut. He was known as a reasonably big welterweight. Rumble...
He's known as a
Head cut-
reasonably big light heavyweight as well.
No, like, so Dan, right? And
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
said
I
that
know,
they
I know.
both cut down to 170. He said when they go to the weigh-ins or whatever, obviously you stare down with him. He's like, oh, yeah, like, he's not that big. And he said that when Rumble, they get weighed in when they go back into the fight. And so Rumble walks in, walks in back at about 183, 185 pounds. Rumble walks in at 214
Yeah, fuck
from
that.
170. So one day later, he's 44 pounds heavier.
Yep.
And he's like, who the fuck is this? Like, what did you do with my opponent? Like, yesterday, when I saw him, we were both 170 pounds. Now he's 214 pounds, and this is a welterweight fight.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? And then he said that basically I've never felt anyone more powerful ever. He's like, he kicked me in the head. He's like, someone swung a fucking tree
He's called Rumble.
in my head. Yeah, there's a reason. That's, 44 pounds? Outrageous.
What does that in kilos do? Are you
What
very-
is 44 pounds in kilograms? That must be one of the most ludicrous weight cuts that I can think of. I can't.
I'm pretty sure
Jesus
Paulo Costa
Christ,
cuts
dude,
20
come on.
kilos.
Did you say, was that 19 kilograms?
That's let's say 20 kilos. Let's give it benefit of doubt. Dude,
off
imagine
with
next
that.
day you're fighting someone 20 kilos heavier.
That's what. No, I'm like
what- that's what the weight
no
cutting is.
disrespect, but like I mean, Shakur looked huge against his
Yeah,
opponent, the
no
little blonde
shit.
kid.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I mean, yeah, his one was different. So the boxers usually, well, not usually, on that day, their weigh-in was, so fight day. Ours was 24 hours before, so we all cut weight. But he cut a few kilos as well. So that's why he was a lot bigger than that guy.
Where does he cut from though, man? He's just
It's the water
he's
weight. It's
shredded.
all the water weight. Yeah.
There's not a fucking ounce of fat on that guy, man. He's a terrifying fella too. When you look at him, man, he looks like business.
He's cool too. He's a cool fighter.
Yeah, fuck
He's
yeah.
got a good style.
Yeah.
Kicks really hard too.
So when
Yeah,
really
for a 60
fucking-
kilo guy.
yeah, I bet. So you're a main event fighter. You make this fella who you're fighting look like not a main event fighter. That's what I have to say. Like when you look at that, did he land a punch on you? Can you recall him landing any decent strikes? Because what
when
I
you're-
was
when
seeing,
you're in there-
it was one-way
Oh,
traffic.
nah. I mean, when you're in there, you don't really feel
The
anything.
adrenaline kind
Yeah,
of
you
kicks
don't really
in.
feel anything
Yeah.
anyway. But
Not the way you fight, because you didn't give him a chance to hit you.
I mean, sometimes if you get hit with a good shot, you feel that. But that night, I didn't really feel anything
Yeah, it kind of
at all.
noticed.
Yeah.
yeah. So for your next fight, you main event again, or you?
Oh no,
somewhere?
just whatever. We don't even know what's going on yet. But I doubt it.
Okay. Cool. And you
Maybe-
got one or two. You got a
I got
just
one. Yeah, one.
kickboxing?
On the 21st. Yeah.
nice man.
Yeah.
And you
never
said
know,
you're
maybe
cutting
Kaan will
down
be-
to 60 kilograms.
Yeah,
this time.
60 kilos. It's gonna be a
Yeah, it's
hard
rough.
You'll
cut.
get there.
It's gonna be a hard cut.
Maybe
You'll get
one
there.
small sip of VB for you, huh? if that. One, minute, just little sprinkle on the tongue.
Little
Don't give him
carbohydrates
too much,
there.
otherwise he'll turn to something
All right, man.
else.
So your hands raised, the whole place is erupting. Like, give us just a rundown of how you're feeling in that point. Like, is it just hard
Honestly,
work's
it's-
paid off, or you just kind of
yes,
like, I'm
hard
the
work-
fucking man?
Hard work has paid off, and I don't know. You can't really You can't really explain it. Like, do you know? Like, why could you explain that feeling? Like,
It was kind of different. You finished your guy, bro.
no, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, you win a
Well,
fight.
you were
everyone's
the only
hyped.
finisher of the night, if I remember correctly.
I-
Like you shut
I-
that fella
I don't
the
even
fuck out.
know.
Or from XFC, anyways. There were a couple of. I think there was a Muay Thai fight that went to disqualification, which shouldn't have gone to disqualification.
Yeah, but that wasn't your guys' team though. I
That
think.
was.
That
Let's.
wasn't
Yeah.
That's gonna make me mad if we think about it. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind what you guys think.
And what did so in the between rounds did D say anything in the corner, or is just like just keep doing?
Oh, yeah.
Did he
so
give you
after
any-
the first round, he basically said, like, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, and then they were realizing some stuff that he was doing when I was hitting him, like, you know, arm dropping and stuff. So they were saying, you know, attack this, do your question mark kicks because they're working, and that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Now
Shit.
on a scale of question mark kicks, I mean, I don't know if I've seen a prettier question mark kick
was
outside of like
pretty
someone
nice.
like Luke Rockhold. Like those were like picture perfect, man. Like, how long have you been training? Like when did you start at XFC, bro?
So I started 2013. So I started with him.
Yeah,
But
did
he
you guys
went-
both start together?
Yeah. So
Year
we were in year 7. So,
That explains it too, because
Shit,
Kaan,
dude.
you had a
Dude,
pretty
I was playing fucking
freaking nice
four
question
square
mark
in year
kick
7.
your co-main event as well. We'll let Aaron finish up, but like, yeah,
Yeah, we'll come back to
Yours
you.
was
No.
pretty tasty as well.
Thanks, my brothers. Thank you.
Easy.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, we can't sing the praise enough, man. Like that, the eruption of the crowd at the end of that night and the support for your team, it was just like, man, like this is what it is
pretty
about, man.
While
You know
we're
what I
on
mean?
the topic as well, when you were coming out to your first fight, so we were all watching, and this, like, as you're coming out, and we're clapping, and we're like, fucking yeah, fuck these, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I get this tap on my shoulder, and there's this 14-year-old kid. He must have been 13 or 14 in an XFC jumper.
Little
Taps me
pre-pube.
on the shoulder and he goes, "That's Kaan." And I go,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I know." And he's like, "He's built different."
Oh shit.
And I'm like, "Thanks, little man. Appreciate it, dude."
Good to know.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't. But he,
well, I wonder
he
who
knew
that
you.
was.
I'm sure you guys would
Damn.
probably know him. But yeah, he was a young guy, XFC jumper.
That's
funny.
cool.
Yeah, it
as.
was just funny. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man." Like, yeah, hell yeah, I believe you.
He is built different.
Oh yeah, he
He's-
is. You put on a couple of great performances. Your first performance, you fought straight up boxing, and the guy you fought was, I will say, he was very good. But when you got to utilize your full skill set in the co-main, yeah, man,
That's where it came alive.
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
that's clearly where
I said to
you're
these
meant
boys
be
too,
at.
man. I was like, I saw you walking into the boxing. I was like, man, however this goes, you have to understand if he gets to kickbox, and I didn't realize you were fighting twice. And then Ben told me, "Oh, he's got a kickboxing fight later." I'm like, yes.
I don't even know I was fighting twice.
Well,
Kept on
what?
well,
changing.
Ben knew.
You didn't know you were fighting
I was gonna say
twice on
Ben.
the night.
Ben told me. I think, well,
Yeah,
maybe
legit.
unless I have my strings crossed. Ben knew that you were going in again or something like that. But I was
Wait,
like,
wait,
Ben,
wait,
you get to
no,
see
wait,
this
wait,
guy.
wait. You didn't know you were fighting a second time on the night.
No, literally. So
When did you
the
find
event,
out?
The
Like,
event
how the
was
fuck
just,
did I know that then?
The event was just like not run too well. So 1 minute I was fighting twice, the next minute I wasn't. Then we found out that a few of our, like Connor and all that, their opponents pulled out. Then last minute, all of a sudden, Dion comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, bro, you're fighting boxing too." And then instance, I'm like,
boxing
"Oh,
too. Okay, yeah, yeah.
all right, yeah, sweet, whatever." So I had 2, but without me knowing. Like at the end of the day, I was still prepared
Of course.
because I know Nick Ambrose had 3 fights in one night.
Mm.
So I'm like, I still want to experience something like that. So I just adapted to the situation.
Dude, your third round against the guy was like,
Yeah.
it was arguably the best round out of the
Yeah.
three
Could
between
have been
the two of you guys.
like, I mean, scoring wise, could have been 10-8. Like,
I'll
you
say
really starting to
something-
shut him down at the end of that.
I'll say something though, like I promise you guys, like honestly, that was like D level performance for me. I was so gutted afterwards
yeah.
that like when I went home, like obviously when you're in the moment, you think you're doing good, this, that, but that's what amateurs are for. It's for experience. When I went home later that night and I looked at my footage, I was so disappointed in myself that I was yelling and all that. in the
Have you
camera.
fought a guy like that before? Because Griff and I were saying as we were fighting, his stance is very low, and he strikes.
It was an interesting stance. Like, it reminded me, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys watch the fights, but like, have you seen like Carlos Condit fight? How he's kind of
Pretty tall.
real, like hunched over.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
fights long, but like it's also this kind of like almost this hideous stance where like he's long and lean and upright, but he's like crunched, like
Yeah.
real
Mm.
low down.
Yeah,
That's what it
crunches
kind of
in.
looked like. Yeah, legit. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's got a fucking car appointment in the morning or something like that. His back was fucked. So, what I could see watching that, and like, you know, he took an L, but I feel like as you said, like you were really coming alive in that third round. And all I can say from watching that is that I think it was just watching the first 2 rounds. It's like it seemed like you were downloading the information. Is what it looked like to me. It was like you're working this guy out, and then I feel like, for instance, if that fight was another round or another 2 rounds, he was out of there. He was out of there.
Like if you had more time, I think things would have been a little different.
And that's it. I mean, that's fine too. You didn't take really any significant damage. It was just kind of like what the judges are looking at. It's just basically who's coming forward and who's throwing. Doesn't matter if they're being deflected or if you're defending them or moving, getting out of the way. All they see is that person throwing, and they hear a shot land. Whether it's on the gloves, whether it's on your shoulder or wherever it is, that's all they see. And that's all they hear. And that's what they're scoring. Is the person who's throwing is winning.
Correct.
Exactly. And that's what I thought it looked like to me. And then once that third round came along, you just lit him up like a fucking Christmas tree. And I was like, where is the,
It's the way it goes with scoring though. Like it's rounds.
Where's the recognition for
quality
this,
of
man?
round? It's
Where's the recognition for this? Because like that third round was like, you outclassed the fuck out of him. I was like, we need 1 more round at least. 2 more rounds even. He's out of there. He's finished. You know what I mean? So what do you think? Like, how do you think it like?
Well, to
as
be honest,
you said, looking back at that,
the whole thing, I wasn't like satisfied. But in saying that's what amateurs are for. You go and make your mistakes and you learn from it. Yeah. I only found out until after the fight because my brother was near his corner. The whole fight only threw 3 leg kicks. The whole fight. Only 3.
No, I was talking about the first fight.
Oh, you're talking about the first fight?
Yeah, talking about the first fight.
Oh, don't even get me started on the first fight.
I was
talking about the kickboxing one.
I'm talking about the boxing. I was saying the
Don't even get me started on the boxing one.
The boxing, the kickboxing. What are we talking about? The kickboxing.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm going that way. You guys that way. My bad.
Yeah, no. So talking about the first fight. So I said like.
Your straight up boxing fight. Like.
Nah, now I know what you guys.
We knew that you could have utilized like everything. Like I was told that.
I knew when you were going in, I'm seeing the fucking bare feet. I'm like, well, this is Kaan.
There's already issues that arise.
No shit, dude.
Motherfucker's got shoes on. It's barefoot, son.
Yeah, fuck
yeah.
Going full Hobbit style.
That was great, dude.
Epic.
Nah, the ref was like not letting me fight at the start. He's like, you're not allowed to fight.
I could see that. I was like, what are they doing? Like, you can't put this kid in shoes, man.
Yeah, he's like, go wear someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
We're like, bro,
get the
we're
fuck
not,
out of here.
We're not gonna wear his shoes.
I feel like I gotta
put
stop
the
this.
slides on.
So for
That's what I'm
everybody,
saying.
I should have. Yeah, brought these out. Why not?
For everybody who's watching, so when Kaan fought boxing in his first fight,
no shoes.
No shoes. The other guy comes out in shoes. You come out in bare feet. Gangster move, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my vibe.
So so from, as I said, from what I was looking at in that sense, I guess it was just you were defending perfectly as you guys are taught to fucking do. And then you just, as you said, downloading the information, throwing when you can, and then that third round, once you had the information downloaded,
but
pull them out of the fucking water.
Too late. So I was downloading too much. So I was watching the guy. I wasn't doing enough. Like obviously, when you watch stuff out, you can do more this that. But I wish I would have done more.
Yeah. Again,
you guys
hindsight
are
is
your
2020. But as you said, like that, this is what the amateurs is for. You know, like this is where you learn and you make mistakes, and then it translates into your next fight. Which, like, I got to ask, have you guys got aspirations or like dreams to become pro, or is that like where you want to take this?
You start.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just gonna do amateur fights now, and then going pro. It's like, it's not even like the hard part. Yeah, it's like a lot of people just do a few amateurs and they go pro, but I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna have as much amateur fights as I can, and then just go pro when I feels right.
That makes total sense.
And then
as well.
I just want to see how where I can go.
How old are you again? Sorry.
19. So it's,
come on.
You're this good. You're that good, and you're 19 years old. You got all of the time. You could turn pro at 25. I mean, you got 6 more years. You could just destroy, and as you said, really come into your own. As you said, once you're ready, you know what I mean. I think it's going to be a huge thing. If that's, as you said, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. I'm just see how far I can go.
I'm gonna say you both should. If
mate, to take all the time in the world.
So from what I could see across the board as a team, is that D's created a style for you guys, especially in the amateurs, that really works. And what I mean by that is that if you have 3 round fights, and I think, what is it, 2-minute rounds? You have 6 minutes.
Sometimes 1 minute and 30 seconds too.
Yeah, so not much time, right? So you have 6, we'll say overall about 6 minutes. Not a single one of you guys took a step backwards, right? That was noticeable. You guys come forward, and you're throwing, right? You're not, as you said, like playing a defensive game over 12 rounds, Mayweather style, 6 rounds of defending and moving and downloading the information and then taking over. You guys kind of don't have enough time to do that, as you said, on the amateur circuit, especially in the judges' eyes. They see the person coming forward and they see the person who's throwing, despite the fact those punches might not be landing clean. They just see someone's throwing. So watching, as I said, like guys like Mushy, guys like Yash, for example, just all output, no backwards steps. And it's super impressive to watch, man. Like it was, you could see that the rest of every other gym, I mean, how many other gyms did you compete against? At least 3 or 4 other gyms, maybe?
Basically,
no
most
one
of us all just had different gyms.
But none of those guys seemed to be ready for that. They were just overwhelmed with the offense. And I feel like D has really honed in on basically the best defense is all offense, it seems like. Like, you guys don't need to defend anything if nothing's coming back at you because you're just fucking slaughtering these kids. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like to me. Like, that was all I can... That's how I can sum it up. It's just like, you guys don't take a backward step. You go right into the fire and just... You know what I mean? Take it to these fellas. Body, head, kicks, mixing it up. Especially your performance in the co-main, man. Like, just killing that dude's legs. Outstanding. And I was trying to tell Wyatt as well, man. It's like, if you watch Kaan when he can throw kicks, yeah.
So,
you're in.
That other question, Kaan, like, what's
aspirations.
Oops. Yeah. Got me on a tangent here, but I mean, like, seriously, like,
go on that
We said
tangent.
we digress here.
You're gonna lead me on a tangent here, but yeah, honestly, like, the style that you guys implement works extremely well across that circuit. You know what I mean? And I think your coaching has to be applauded there, because everyone else there was defending, right? And they're defending correctly, but at the same time, they had no chance to even implement any offense because you guys were just fucking lighting them up.
They didn't have time to think or breathe.
Yeah, man.
Most of you
Perfect.
guys'
Yeah,
fights.
we've got a good formula, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you guys train
And-
defensively too. I've seen the drills and I've
Yeah,
seen
we
you
train
guys sparring and
everywhere.
stuff, but like, you don't need to do that. You got 6 minutes. You guys are outstanding conditioning. I'm like, man, 6 minutes?
Because
Yeah.
the
6
work we
minutes?
put
You
in,
can just empty the gas tank, man. Why not?
Training's a lot harder than the fights.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, a lot
100%.
harder.
Yeah. What do you, how many rounds you guys do in sparring? Like, you got
A lot.
several
Don't even
rounds
know.
So many rounds.
warming
I
up,
don't
and then
know.
you do what, 12 rounds, if that,
Yeah,
maybe 20?
Yeah, we do a lot.
Whenever D says stop.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Whenever he says you stop, you fucking stop.
That's how it is.
And watching you, as I said, watching the whole team a few weeks before these fights, I could see that. I was like, there's no way these guys are going to get tired. And you have 3 rounds? Might as well just fucking...
Sprint for us.
Yeah, sprint. Yeah, just blow these fucks out of the water, which you did. You know what I mean? So, yeah, anyway, we're back to that question after I've gone on a tangent again.
Same thing as Edan. I'm not rushing the process, but with
Say
me...
that again? Eren. That's very...
Oh, yeah. That's
very-
kind of like the Turkish way to
That's
say
douchey.
it.
Douchey.
Nah,
Juicy. How
That's
I
the
say
one.
douchey?
That's the one.
Slap me. Juicy. I'm now.
You realize you just said that.
I can't believe that came out of my fucking mouth. Juicy was the word I was looking for. You know what I mean? Eren.
Couch, you know, disgrace this couch.
How dare I? How dare I?
Nah, yeah,
One
it's the
too many
same thing.
beeps.
I'm not going to rush the pro process. I want to get as much experience as I can. But my main motive is that in the future, me and my brother have aspirations to open up our own gym.
Yeah.
So he specializes in jiu-jitsu. He used to do striking, but he doesn't do it anymore because of his finger. He still has a hard time with jiu-jitsu because of his finger, but
What's he done to it? He just...
bro, he like full broke it. He can't bend it. Like, you can't put his finger in a glove.
Oh,
It's stuck
shit,
like
okay.
this.
Literally can't.
Yeah, like it doesn't go in a glove.
Like that, dude, with his pinky, no shit.
Yeah, so
Kind of fits in well because
yeah, it's this one. That's the funny thing.
I swear.
Legit.
I swear.
But nah, so we hope to open up our own gym in the future. But in order to open up a gym, you need credentials and reputation. So whether it's capturing world titles, UFC, going to the worlds in ADCC, Jiu-Jitsu, and all different types. Because at the end of the day, I'm an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I like to do all different type of arts. So if I can expand upon all different type of arts and win major competitions, it's going to bring more credentials to our gym.
Yeah.
So that's our, like, the main goal, the gym. But for now, it's just experience. This year, my main objective is that to have 3 fights this month, compete in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Compete in jiu-jitsu next month. Then after that, in between June and December, if the borders ease up a little bit, I'm gonna go to America for a month, and I'm just gonna go there for the sole purpose of training.
Where do you want to train?
It's called, I don't know if you boys will know, Art of Jiu-Jitsu.
So who's the coach there?
They're they're brothers, Mendez bros. It's more for jiu-jitsu, and I just want to level up that game of mine, level up the grappling.
What is the style of fighting that influences you the most? Both of you guys. I mean, like, what do you love the most to train specifically?
It kind of like changes time to time, to be honest. Like sometimes I'll need to work more on my striking. I'll work on that. Sometimes it'll be like we see every single time the game evolves. If we see something new, like for example, Conor McGregor calf kicks, the whole week, all we wanted to
for
do.
a while though. That's what was strange about that.
I mean,
is
I
that,
don't
like
wanna we gotta rehash the calf kick thing, but like Benson Henderson bringing that in 2014, but like not becoming super effective until like what 2016.
it's fucking super effective now, but like the fact that McGregor didn't even seem to know that they existed.
Well, think about it. Think about like if you think about McGregor's career though, he sort of won really quickly in a lot of his fights. We don't need to bring it up again, but he usually wins kind of quickly if you've seen any of his fights. He comes back, beats Cerrone really quickly, and then he kind of gets a taste of the last 5 years from Poirier really quickly, and then he kind of finds
that's
out.
a smart thing, man. As you said, the game is fluid and it evolves, and you got to make sure that you guys are staying
on top of
everything. And that's a fucking really smart thing to do, as you said. Like go overseas and find that knowledge from each individual art, and just like expand your game as a martial artist, as a fighter, and bring it back, man. As you said, opening your own gym, you got to accumulate all that knowledge and give it back.
Well, that's how you become a better martial artist, I assume. Like you become ahead of the curve and you find the techniques as they happen, the ones that the meta techniques.
What do you think that you guys have technique wise that the other gyms don't? Like, why did you guys flatten everyone else outside of just, I think, as you said, just crazy conditioning and the game planning? Like, what do you guys have as a gym that no one else has?
Honestly, I reckon it's just mostly just the work we put in. Like, we train so hard. Like, the sparring we do is like levels and levels harder than like the actual fight. Like, it's crazy. Honestly, like, I get so much more tired when I do my sparring than I do in like any fight that I've ever had. And I get hit like hard, everything. It's just all the preparation we do every day.
Also, I'm going to assume like the way that we saw the whole XFC crew at the fight event, it looks like you guys like all just kind of want to be there as well. Like you guys,
everyone wants the best for each other.
Like you guys are all bros, so like that's where you want to be. You don't want to like do your training and then go home and like, I don't know, play COD Warzone or something. Like you kind of want to, like you guys, yeah, dude, come on, drop in Warzone. You guys want to like train together, and that's like, when you want to do something, you usually you're better off for it, and you become better at it.
Really good culture.
Yeah, we did see. Yeah.
A couple beginner classes, guys, right?
Yeah, let's go. I'll see you soon, dude. Maybe a 185, dude.
He'll be interviewing.
First
He has his debut.
Yeah, I'm cold as well.
Nips getting hard, bro.
Yeah.
What's this? Is getting
Got those
nippy?
Mentos nips, dude.
Yeah. The nips fucking pointing due north. We got VB, a classic Australian fucking. It's a staple of this place, right? Where we live, our land, our homeland. We got VB. Shout out to Maya. She's recommended it, but I feel like we've been hassled for a while now. Like, it's not like you should recommend. We recommend drinking VB. It's like, why hasn't VB already been on the fucking Mount Bev? So
because there's a lot of good beers to recommend before VB.
Cheers.
Yeah, right. What do we say? All right, the fighters can't
Cheers.
drink because
Cheers.
also driving and fucking we're cutting weight.
No, I didn't have any.
Alright, but Kaan, you can give like maybe.
Yeah.
Give a little rating.
Calm's a
I'll
big
give
fan.
So right, we'll start with
What do we say? Scab. What is it?
Scab Salvi.
Salvi.
Yeah, that's me. Say,
Please make that iconic.
Now,
Gotta stay rich.
Make it iconic.
You can't mistake VB. Like, you know a VB can. You can see him. You know what I mean? From a mile away. It's the big green can.
It has probably one of the most iconic labels there is.
recall as a child, like going to my neighbour's Jeanette's and just VB was just the only thing they would drink over
First,
there.
it's the first alcoholic drink I ever had. My
Yeah.
dad gave it to me around a campfire, and
Same.
you too as
What
well.
was the VB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, my dad loves that shit,
I
man.
say it would have been
That's
one of
not
my
some
first.
bog stuff.
Bro,
Around
my
the
dad-
campfire.
Bro, VB is like my dad's middle name.
Corona.
Yeah.
Our first beer to have, though.
It's not though, because you don't really know what alcohol is.
I can't
It's
say-
naughty and exciting when you have it, and you're like,
Had all of those.
this is cool.
Literally.
So,
That was my first.
and around the campfire too, you're thirsty. You kind of need something to cool you off. I don't know. I mean, I remember it being alright. And like,
What are your current thoughts on the matter?
so
So we had to go tinnies too, right?
yeah. So
No
usually we
bottles
do
today.
anything. We usually we do it out of the stubby, but you know, tinnies. It's VB tinnies. Like that's just.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
tinnies. That's
Right, tins, man.
Yeah.
so.
You sacrilegious
It's
sack of shit.
Yeah, dude. Its slogan is a hard-earned thirst, and I think that this beer is good when you're like, when you've earned the thirst. So maybe like after you
Yeah.
guys done like 3 hours of training, you fucking done your dynamic stretches, and you're all kicked out. And like,
Dude, Aaron,
You're
you're fucking
sweating.
stretching on the ring, dude.
Legit
I've seen that shit,
guy.
dude. You're stretching
Yeah,
out on the rings like,
Well, I've
what,
always-
6 feet off the ground or
always
some shit.
gotta
You
stretch.
stick your fucking leg up there, man.
you have to stretch.
You got
Always.
someone in a triangle and you fucking fart on them and you just broke it.
Yeah,
Connor
yeah.
Tyler.
How dare you? Filth,
I'm
dude.
talking like you're just about to finish them from the triangle, and your corner like just chucks you a VB, and you like for a hard-earned thirst. It's it'd be good then. I like a lot of beers more than I like this beer though, and I feel like as soon as this beer gets a little bit warm, it tastes like a battery.
Yeah, but every single beer though, right? Tastes a bit like Vegemite after like it gets above what 3 degrees.
But
Celsius.
in saying that, it is VB, so it gains cultural points.
Yeah.
So that's
We
why I'm
represent
not going
our
to give it a
lane.
1 digit. I'm going to give it fucking 10. That's it.
10.
Out of 24 though, that's what we're saying.
That's what you're drinking on
Not
a
10
night
out of
out.
10. Don't get them mistaken.
10 out of
Wake
5.
up. It's
I
10
wanna
out of
say-
24.
It's probably one of my second or third favorite beer to have. Like anytime I see VB, I'm like, yes, absolutely.
You like this beer?
I love this beer, dude.
Tattooed it on his fucking forearm.
Yeah, it's not on my forearm, but
But
like,
why do you like this beer and not like dry beers? Because this feels like it's almost the
it's
same thing.
heavy, man. It feels like it's earned.
This,
It's a
because
heavy
it's a
beer.
bitter, huh?
It's a bitter.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
earned
that.
its
I fuck with
place
that.
in my heart, and it's a 20 out of 24 for me.
But you know what I feel like this is? This is like if this is a bitter beer, this is like the skinny milk of bitter beers.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
This is an
Crown
impo-
Lager is
this
the-
is imposter
is the
milk
skim
of bitter
dude.
beers.
You drink powdered milk, so you can't throw that at
I
me.
don't drink milk. I never drink milk. It's just in the it's just in the
Dude,
cupboard
imagine
'cause
going to
in
his
case I
house.
need something to
Hey,
drink
lactose?
milk with. No, not at all. I just never drink milk. Black coffee.
No,
Don't
so
have ice cream.
I go over there.
That's
for
it. Don't drink milk
I
ever.
go over there and I'm like, can I just boil the kettle for a
That
cup
was
of
my
tea?
sister's though.
I boil the kettle for a cup of tea.
Go
And
take
he's
it up
got
with
no
JT.
milk.
Go take
He
it up
gives
with
me-
JT if you want to talk about the
Dude,
powdered milk.
he gives me powdered milk for my cup of tea. I'm like,
Not
well,
mine. I don't stop. I don't go buy milk. If I buy milk, it's full cream milk, and it's because I'm
Yeah.
mixing it with a Milo or a
Me
fucking
too.
Nesquik or some shit.
Milo goes hard.
Very rare. Or some fucking Cocoa Pops if I'm feeling frisky. But like, I don't drink milk. ever.
straight up rice bubbles for me.
Or, I don't know, wheat bix, whatever.
Alright, we're not reviewing that.
Yes, we are,
What, you
right?
fucking like 20?
20 out of 24.
And get a clean 10. Calm, we won't go past you here.
Listen to me.
Holy shit! I did 20.
I don't want to
He loves
disappoint
it.
you, and I know you got your tattoo.
That's
So,
common
Not a
draft
VB though.
anyway. It's
That's
common
common
draft.
draft. You know what I mean?
So this
Common
wasn't
draft
worthy
is
of his
sitting at
tattoo.
the
Oh, okay,
fucking
good.
peak.
well, one.
Oh, he's gonna
One.
bring it
I don't
down.
blame you. I didn't blame you.
Drink VB. That was ass.
What do you guys like?
Yes.
Like, what's your poison?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, you may call me pussy, but double black Smith.
We're gonna call
Yes,
you a
dude,
pussy.
like
What I say before I said
Yeah.
douche instead of juicy. So
Yeah, you guys
I'm
want
just
to
gonna call
knocking cunts out.
I'm gonna
We're
call
put
these
you
guys who
pussies
just
out.
won their fucking fights.
Sorry, I can't. I got
Because that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
balls that I
These
have.
guys give you something.
I'm a double black kind of guy.
I don't
Nah,
like
legit?
Yeah, man.
Bro, I can't drink anything
I drink
else.
everything, mate. Like, literally, like these boys always give me shit because I probably prefer craft beers more than.
Probably prefer cranberry juice, but-
Yeah.
Wait, real quick though, let's be honest. So like you've got your rum, your whiskeys, your bourbons. It's all like Coke mixes. Like that shit gets old.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind like
I
the
like
vodka.
dry
Even
ginger.
like gin, like something that mixes with like soda. You
like
get
gin.
fucking
I like
lime in
gin.
it.
I like tonic
That's how.
water, so anything
what
that
I
mixes
like.
with
Dude, I like a
that,
bit
I'm
like, Kraken and shit, some spice rums with dry lime. I get around that now.
Yeah,
To be fair, when we were like 19, 20 as well, what were we still like drinking?
Beer.
You've been drinking your beer. You had a fucking
Yeah, I've been drinking.
This guy's drinking goon. This guy was passing out in wheelbarrows.
Hey, port, man.
Heritage
Port.
with beer.
You had beer in your milk bottle when you were getting
Hope so.
breastfed, dude.
Yeah.
There's
your
been
VB.
working on this.
There's your VB, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Gotta go
there's
to the
one,
gym and
dude.
get
That's the most
fucking rid of that.
controversial one we've had so far.
Yeah.
But that's fair though. I that brings me joy that you gave it 20, kid.
Why is that? Because it got cut the fuck down.
Yeah.
1, 10, 20. So
Dude,
what's that
it's
equal
gonna
out
be
to?
way
Fuck all.
Fuck all. All right. This has
Come on.
been in Australia since Captain Cook brought it over. Let's be honest. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
It's colonial at this fucking point.
Yeah.
So I give it that. I give it those fucking props, but I just. It's actually not as bitter as I remember. Like Carlton Draft's got that
Yeah,
nice
it
bitter
actually has
taste.
kind of changed.
It's almost like watery to me, and you just got that real
Yes.
aluminium taste to it. That's
Refer
Yeah,
all.
back,
that comes with
refer back to
drinking in the
Wooch's
can,
skim milk
guess.
analogy. It's like the skin milk of beer.
Dude, that's the
Skim.
worst slope I've ever heard. What happened?
I didn't have a mic. I can't do it. Hold on. Let me try to get that.
Yeah, come
I'll
on.
show you a slope.
Yeah, enough of that.
Like an uncle at like a barbecue, yeah.
So,
There it is, guys. So I'm gonna give it.
you wait for this belch too.
Yeah, every time.
Ooh, it's a long neck to try to
Welcome to Copper Whiff ASMR.
Yeah. I'll give it a fucking.
Come on.
I'm trying to think of beers that we've rated and what I've rated them at, and if I like them
More
than that
or less
as well.
than Asahi.
Asahi
Way
better.
more.
Way
less than a Asahi.
way less than Asahi.
Asahi's
I actually
awesome.
really enjoyed
We're
Asahi.
fucking alcoholics, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, you know, I'm gonna give it a. I'll give it an 11. I'm gonna
What
give it an 11.
It's happening.
Oh, I don't know that much, dude. I'm sorry.
Alright,
Yeah.
so-
11 is like generous. There it
That
is.
was beautiful. It's a watery
It's like
beer.
a
I
plain
can't-
thing.
Watery
That's I give it less than a 10 now.
Weird. Khan's set that. He's a double black man as well. What do you think it did?
Call him a
All
pussy too. 'cause- yeah, do that.
Nah, like again, I'm with you. Like I'm a bartender as well, so I can actually appreciate all kinds of drinks, all kinds
all
of
bartenders,
beer
that's
as well.
Especially when they mix with cranberry.
Yeah.
Cranberry
Yeah.
juice, dude.
So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 9.
That's not bad. That's alright. It's better than what I thought. I mean, it's
So
better
nine-
than the one over here. You
10,
savage.
11,
wanna give it the double
20,
digits.
Hold on,
1.
sorry,
So
I'm-
that probably equals out to about a 10.
I'm falling behind.
Ah, yeah,
Let me get
I
the
got
order.
9, 10,
I got it
11.
I'm so
Yeah.
surprised you gave this a 20, dude.
love
Like,
this
I was
beer.
told in advance that you liked your VBs. I was just.
That's what I was saying, dude. He's gonna be
surprised,
butthurt with this one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sphincter's a little
So
bit tight right
the
now.
average
from that.
is 10 out of 24.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
10 out of 24 below the
Yeah,
average.
Yeah, 1,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11,
Dude,
20. That's
that
This
the
gets we did Stella.
Oh, it's not
or
cool.
12.
Wait, so oops, the
Test?
fuck
Oh,
out.
yeah,
Right?
it's
Is
very
Stella
good.
rates
And
higher
that's
than
so- Stella's
stuck
eight.
in the middle of the pack.
Stella's eight.
This is rated more than Stella. Sorry, VB is rated less than Stella.
That's disgusting.
Dude, we need a fucking referendum on Stella. I swear.
Yeah.
to God.
You want to do it again?
Yeah.
I haven't
We need
released
to
that one, though.
retrospect Stella.
I'm
because-
embarrassed. Like I feel it destroys the credibility of Mount Everest having Stella at
Yeah,
midway.
way down in fucking Widow's Peak, right in the middle there.
It shouldn't even be on the mountain. It should be like still gearing up at the
I'm
fucking.
just trying to find.
Right, so if you have one, if you go to a bar and you have one drink to pick, like there's, you know what I mean, you got a menu of 100 drinks. What's your go-to? The only like
Double
you know,
black.
Double blacks.
I'm not gonna lie, like if I want to play it safe, I'll just do like the basic vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
With that.
vodka lime soda.
That's what I go for.
Do you get around the soda, man? Too much carbonation for me. I actually don't like soda.
Oh, you don't like the fizzy
I
bubbles?
don't, no, not without the.
Fizzy
I know-
bubble.
I can't get around soda water, tonic. I can't. I don't like
Dude,
it.
I smash the vodka lime sodas and then I'll have literally just soda lime in between, like to disguise. I'll have it in the old fashioned glass just so like I can
Fair.
keep the pace.
To be fair, like I've had bad nights on vodka lime sodas. They're too easy to drink. They actually go down
Yeah, but
like.
they're also
What if you had
like
a good
We
night
got
on-
water though,
What
right?
if you had a good night
Yeah,
on?
dude.
To
Should
be
we get
honest.
a start on your nights, man? So it's third from the bottom.
That's
What the fuck? No, like we.
so it does rate above
the
Stella.
system is flawed.
It's
Yeah.
above. What do you mean? It's above Stella. What do you like?
I think that
Budweiser
Stella
was
should be
shit,
fucking
dude.
1 out of 10, surely.
Oh, you guys didn't like Budweiser?
Wow, Crown got
Budweiser.
better.
Budweiser.
You like it?
I don't know,
It's
that's
a
like
weird
UFC. UFC advertised that stuff.
I know, like
No.
it's Modelo.
I think it's Modelo.
Modelo. Yeah, no.
It used to be
I-
Bud Light when like Lesnar.
Oh,
Remember when Lesnar was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna drink a fucking Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, we're riding Carlton's fucking dick hard though. Right?
also
Fucking
so
these
when
two
Bud
at the
Light travels, like it's probably good in America off tap or even
Preservatives,
from like
yeah.
their local whatever alcohol shop they
Yeah,
have.
no,
But when
it's
it
different.
travels, the carbonation
Or if
changes.
it's brewed here.
I had
it doesn't
Heineken
arrive
over
the
in
same way as it
fucking
would
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That
You
was
been Amsterdam?
outrageous. Yeah, I went
Yeah,
overseas.
I wanna go
we went
there.
as well, yeah.
You
Sick,
do wanna
it's
go
so
there.
good, man.
Wait, so hang on.
You
So
do want to go to Amsterdam.
so we
we
got a
had-
lady. We know that. Have you got a lady?
No,
Handsome fuck.
Yeah.
Teeth looking like fucking Orion's belt, dude. My eye got blind.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Nah,
You
I'm
just
chilling, bro.
just
You chill.
Alright, so
clapping down.
So, alright, so I gotta bring it up. If we're on the topic, when we came to the event, we were like the fight event is amazing, but there is a lot of honeys at the
Yeah,
fight.
I know, and the mums too.
Dude,
You and your mum
there was
together?
a group,
In your
there
eyes,
was a
dude.
group of mums sleuthing
I
around,
know.
just like
Yeah, yeah.
trying to find
Like predators.
fucking Yukon, dude. Like trying to find you or like
The Yukon.
yeah, trying to
They-
find a bit of con.
I heard like the predator fucking sounds like. It's fucking like going around. Yeah, going around. dude.
Not
They
quite
were
that sound, but it's fine.
I don't know. Okay, it's been a long while.
Similar, we'll say that. Like they had the thermal vision going on. There was a group of them and they packed together.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw them leave with somebody, some people as well.
So what's your Instagram
Yeah,
handle
I
so
can
we can
tell
shout
you.
out? He is single.
It's Kaan Husmek.
There you go.
Ladies?
KAANHUSMEK.
That's
Yep,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah.
already know what it is? No.
And you're taken, man. But I mean, shout yourself out anyway.
Honestly, I
Everyone
don't even know what my Instagram name is.
@_Selby.
Nah, I think it's Ed and Selby with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
I love
What?
that, dude.
Yeah.
Because 1 eye is taken.
How fucking stupid is that shit, man? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Scab? Was it?
Scab Selby.
Scab Salvi. Guys, hit him up. Scab
That's my
Salvi.
uncommon name.
Yeah.
Have you guys got fighter nicknames?
I was gonna say he's got a few for you.
I
guys.
kind of wrote a
I
few down.
don't have one.
Right, so
I had one
I have one for you.
officially.
I got one for you. Easy E, right? The rapper, NWA, Easy E, surely.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not about that one.
You don't know him?
No, I do know Easy, but I'm not about that
Easy E,
nickname.
Aaron, Easy E.
He doesn't like that.
What about the
nickname.
eraser?
You kind of done it, eh? It's
Yeah, we
easier.
heard of that one.
Aaron the Eraser or
Well-
Easy E? Surely.
Dude,
You made it
gave
look
your
easy
ear?
in the main event. I was like, it's Easy E.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Scab.
I got two for
Salvi.
you. I got a couple
Scab
of you.
Selby's pretty
That's like
good. I
Costa
like
one.
Scab Selby.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say,
Aaron
he
the
gave you
Eraser.
VB a 1, dude. He's
Hey,
giving
you
you
never know.
fucking that 1 as well,
you
right?
can have a few options. I can't really.
Question mark kick, Aaron.
What was your was the Genghis Khan was what I was
yeah,
yelling
I've
out. Like,
That one's
That's
taken.
become-
Ah, dude,
That's
it's coming
taken.
off
if you're gonna do the Genghis Khan, it's got to be Attila the Khan.
Yeah, no. It's
That-
what was the Han?
what do you
dude?
mean though? Like,
Yeah, I had a-
Genghis Khan
Yeah.
is like.
I don't know,
Genghis
dude.
I
Khan.
got
Seems
fucking
better.
Chili Con too, by the way. Hot Chili Con.
Chili Con.
That's
Hot Chili Con
alright.
Khan,
Yeah.
Kublai Khan, King Khan, Killer Khan,
Ooh, I've had
Khan the
one.
Butte, or Cobra
What's
Khan.
that, dude?
Cobra, hey, Cobra,
Cobra
Khan,
Khan.
that's
Khan's
alright.
not bad.
Cobra Khan.
That's
Cobra
alright.
Cobra Khan, I
That's a new
see.
one. I haven't heard
Cobra
that one.
Khan,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Cobra
yeah.
Kai. The
Yeah, I know.
I don't mind that.
I wrote
That's the
these down. I
connection.
got fucking a couple there. TJ the Tornado, Yash the Flash, because he's fucking so
Oh,
fast.
that's
The
sick.
Flash.
Yeah,
Yash
no,
the
that is-
Yash the Flash, he's so fast.
That's sick.
Yeah.
By the way, we got.
I mean, Hardcore Harley, I said Hot Tamale, but I mean, he's already got Hardcore, so I mean, fucking, what are you gonna do?
Hardcore.
This
This is stuff that could be on
Tamale.
sharedog.com, like in the future. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
could be the nickname.
The
for
origins
Sherdog. Yeah,
in
dude.
this room.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Copyright. Yeah. Trademark.
That's all that.
Patent pending. Yeah.
Patent pending.
Cobra
Alright,
Khan.
boys, the big elephant in the room's UFC coming up.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
reckon?
Fights
What-
coming
Shit,
up.
I actually almost forgot about that. It's like
Yeah, so-
on paper it could be the craziest event of all time.
think
I'm,
so.
I'm talking better than
I want
217.
to. Yeah, I'm talking 217 was the last time we had something so thick.
Yeah, 3 title fights.
Yeah.
Same joke.
But even the
Outrageous.
2 other main events that are on it, apart from
Dude,
the title
okay,
fights,
so
are
let me
crazy.
just.
Do you think?
Dominic Cruz is on the prelims, so that's
Yeah,
how you know something's a little.
Jake
bit-
Matthews is on the early prelims.
Fucking
Your boy.
against your boy. Who did I say? Sean Brady.
Yeah.
Can you pull that card up,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah, sorry,
Producer
dude.
Doodle?
Yeah, I'm
So
amazed.
how, like, do you guys watch the UFC? Sorry, I wrote that down there for you anyway. Fix that shit. You guys watch the fights every weekend, or you sort of just
We
casual, or you just like
like-
froth that shit?
How can you
I
not?
watch it.
I want to know
You watch it?
I watch.
who is
Quite a
your
lot.
like favorite fighters? Like who like sort of I'm
Yeah,
gonna
first.
want to go by
Okay.
like
Well,
I have a favorite
yes.
fighter for every weight
Oh.
class, but like who do you kind of
So
who do you like?
from all time, like ever since I
Yeah.
first got into fighting,
Yep.
I
Bones lose.
yeah, John Jones was my
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
okay.
Nothing wrong with
Ever
that.
since I was a kid, but
Yeah. See that.
I like my strikers, you know. So
Yeah.
Like Adesanya,
But yeah,
and, like
before, like,
Holloway.
yeah,
and
before everyone even knew Adesanya, like I always knew of him.
From kickboxing?
Yeah, from kickboxing and just like
from
I saw
Glory.
him
You
fight.
actually saw him live.
Yeah, I got
Hell yeah.
I got to go
Love
for
that.
free because I got tickets because I helped out Anthea like years ago to like one of her fight camps. So I got tickets and I got to go to the fights, and he was the main event.
And inside.
And I told people that I was like, this guy's gonna be,
That was against Melbourne Gallard, yeah?
yeah, world champ one day. And then I like him because he's like similar to me. He's like tall, skinny guy.
Lanky.
Skinny
Dude, that's
guy,
the
big
perfect
ass.
frame for
That's
MMA
what
too,
exactly.
man. You're seeing that now. Like, if you have that kind of, if you have the reach and you have the skill to stay away from your opponent, you can't.
His distance control is second
I wanna-
to none. Like, have we ever seen anyone who has distance control like him?
Never.
Like maybe John Jones again.
And even
your other
then, John
favourite
Jones,
fighter,
his
but-
defense is not as good as Israel's. I
His
think
striking's
Jones.
not as good. He's just well-rounded,
Yeah.
I'd
Very
say
well
Jones has, he's got advantages obviously on the ground, but I think John Jones's defense is basically just post and retreat. Like, he doesn't really defend anything in that sense. He's just so long, he can
But
get
then,
away
like,
from stuff.
Adesanya, if he needs to retreat, he can fucking retreat his
The
dick
knockout
off it.
against
Like,
Whitaker, he's planted and he's leaning back like fucking 45
Yes.
degrees, and he
Yes.
hits him with a fucking.
He didn't
what is
even.
it?
That's the thing. Like,
He hits him with
at
a
that
hook
moment,
that's
he
just
didn't even
outrageous.
retreat. He just stuck in.
He just
him.
planted his feet and leaned back.
Yeah.
Matrix style.
Outrageous, dude. Alright, so Jones, your probably favourite fighter.
Yeah,
you
Jones
reckon?
in Israel, yeah.
Is he?
M2.
Yeah. Who do you think wins that fight if they fought? At 205.
Honestly-
We'll say at light heavyweight, because I don't
Okay.
think Jones makes middleweight. Who do you think would win?
Yeah, nah, there's no way he'll make middleweight. If they do it at light heavyweight, I reckon if it stays standing, Israel will pick him apart. Honestly.
Oh,
But
I think so too.
But-
I agree as well. Yeah.
I think he's a
but
better
Jones
striker.
is
I think he was a better striker before he even got to the UFC. I
Yeah,
think he's a
he's
much
already-
better
yeah, he's
striker than
already
John
better.
Jones.
but everybody that fights John Jones always says he's a lot stronger, when they're in there.
I mean,
Except for DC. DC doesn't
Dude,
want
he
him.
took-
I mean,
what he did to
Daniel Cormier
DC?
admitted that too after their first fight, but
Dude.
so I reckon if he gets him down, I don't know if he'll be able to get back up because Jones is ground.
I think he will. Like, City Kickboxing has a really good.
No, maybe a few times, but
Alex
Do you
Like,
think
they
he's
can
that
sprawl.
Jones
Like,
would-
you watched Dan Hooker when he fought fucking what's his name, Ike Winner. Like, they know how to sprawl.
Do
yeah.
you think that, looking at that fight playing it, do you think it stays as striking, or do you think Jones wants nothing to do with him on the feet? Do you think
I
he wants
reckon
to
he'll
feel it
test
out?
the striking, but they'll probably have their game plan to shoot in or
Yeah.
make it a bit more
Yeah.
dirty.
Jones doesn't. I mean, every time he's tried to shoot, as you said, like a blast double or try for the single, doesn't have as much success as when he's like kind of trips you out from the clinch. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
because he
when
was,
he pins you against the fence
do
like
you-
this, he'll trip your legs out
Yeah.
and he'll kind of like shift and throw you down that way.
Yeah, because that's the type of wrestling they did. I forgot what it was called now, but
Greco, yeah.
yeah, Greco-Roman. They do a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
standing.
from high up. They don't really shoot.
Yeah,
with
I've
double
always
leg and
thought that
stuff.
his takedowns have been beautiful from that
He has,
sense.
like,
But when
good
he
throws
actually
and stuff.
tries to shoot the conventional, collegiate wrestling style, he couldn't get Thiago Santos down. He couldn't get Reyes down. I know he knows how to wrestle. It's just I think his wrestling's just kind of fading a little bit with
You
age.
did say it best though. Like, Jones likes to beat you at whatever
You're good at.
you're good at. So like,
Good
do you
luck.
think this is the one time that, like, Jones tries to outstrike Adesanya and he just can't do it because like Adesanya's so good. He's so
Yeah.
technically sound.
And he's got the size.
Yeah.
They're like the same size.
I think they're the same size. I think
Are they the
Jones
same
would be
size?
heavier.
Yeah,
Like they'd be
he'd a lot
around a
bigger.
bit. I mean, Jones is longer, but not that much longer. But he's
Yeah.
longer technically. He's probably maybe the same. I think they're the same height, but I think Jones is not listed at the right height. Like they say
It's like
6'4".
anything, dude. It's
He's-
like
they say
all
6'4",
sports
but
do
like-
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jones is going to be significantly bigger.
Yeah, he'll be
but
bigger.
I mean, like
So-
Izzy's
That's
going to
not a big
have speed advantage. I think Izzy hits harder.
His striking.
He's got a lot more
abilities
knockouts than Jones does.
Way more.
And yeah, as you said, Jones has the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu advantage. But I think on the feet, as you said, if he can't get Izzy down, he's in a fucking world of
But
trouble.
who can get Izzy down? Like, who has gotten Izzy down?
I think only the first person who fought it got him down. I
Well,
can't think of his name.
Yeah, for like
Robert
yeah,
Wilkinson?
Yeah,
briefly,
I think
briefly,
Wilkinson
yeah.
got him down once or twice.
I
For a
thought
little
Derek
bit.
Brunson did too.
No.
Nah,
No,
Nick
no,
Sniff
no.
down.
Take
No.
down.
Someone else got him down
Tripping.
too.
Oh, bad.
Derek Brunson just fucking
Yeah,
crumbled in
yeah,
that
I don't
fight.
know what
man.
that fight was.
Bronson folded like origami in
Yeah.
that fight.
Yeah.
Brunson does that against everyone who's elite, though. I like me some Derek Brunson, but anytime he fights an elite fighter, it's just shits the bed.
Yeah, it's chin
I
high.
mean, we
that's
could
fine.
really transition into the Kevin Holland fight right about now. But
Ah, yeah, true. I
He's
love him.
crazy. I like him.
love
You like
I
Kevin
like
Holland?
watching him.
Did you
So-
watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Kevin Holland? Like,
I
do you,
haven't.
I
yet.
didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't.
you
watch
guys
that one yet.
like
Yeah.
watch your Joe Rogan? Like,
we like that.
yeah, we're pretty balls deep into the Joe Rogan podcast. There's a the Kevin Holland podcast that came out. This guy really likes it.
I
It
love
made me
Kevin
not
Holland.
like
I've been
Kevin
a
Holland
big
as
fan of him
much.
for ages,
So just
man.
a heads up, like that podcast, he has his jiu-jitsu coach Travis Luter come in and like talk pretty much for him, which I didn't really like. And also like you'll see a side of Kevin Holland that's like how do I explain it?
More down to earth.
No, he seems
Holland's
very
really
like
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
young,
carefree.
fella.
Carefree is a good term for this. Like he seems very carefree in his approach to.
How many times did he say peanut butter? I want to start calling him the fucking peanut butter Falcon.
Yeah, Kevin PB Holland.
PBJ fucking Holland. Who? All right. So if your favorite fighter is John Jones for for all purposes in this conversation, who do you think has the best chance of beating him? Since no one's been able to do it, why is it that he has the best resume in the sport,
He does.
bar none? No one has been able to do it. Who can do it in your opinion?
I don't know, like
who has the recipe?
I mean, he's got a heavyweight now, so it's getting interesting, very interesting. But we saw, like there's dangerous guys like Francis. He can knock anyone out if he lands, but
He could knock out like a fucking.
he can knock out
He
anyone.
could knock out a
Like
rock.
I don't think it's.
He could knock out a boulder if he
Yeah, it's
wanted
gone.
to.
Yeah,
Let's
he can
be
knock out
honest.
Literally
inanimate
everything.
objects.
But a guy like him, I don't know if he'd be able to beat Jones because Jones' fight IQ is so high. So he's smart, like the way he fights.
yeah,
And then
outrageous. The
I
only
mean, yeah,
person who
Stipe is
has
good, but
the fight IQ of
Yeah.
Jones to me is like probably Demetrius Johnson's probably the only other guy who
Yeah.
has the same level of like he just knows like
Yeah.
once he's in there, man. Like,
And,
he has a way of working people out.
yeah, he
You don't
does.
see it.
Yeah,
But
and
see, fighters like you guys can see fight IQ happening. You can see the
I'll get
downloading
there
of
slowly.
information, and once that information's there, he just takes over. Look at the second Gustafsson fight, for example, man. Like that's a fighter
Wait,
who
before
gave
you
him
say that
all
though,
sorts
Jones
of-
does really well in rematches. We know this. Like all of his rematches, he seems to do way better than he did in the first fight.
yeah.
Was he at
Finished
two?
DC, finished Gustafsson. Yeah,
I know, but as he said, like DC, it was a decision the first fight. I think he won it pretty unanimously.
Let's just say a head
But like the
kick.
Gustafsson
the
fight was
second.
close, and then the second fight he just shut him the fuck down, man. It was crazy. So yeah, sorry, go on. In
Yeah,
your
so-
opinion, who do you think has the recipe to beat him?
I don't know. Like Stipe is good, but we saw what DC did to him. Like they had 3 fights.
The only argument is that he came off the wall with Francis, and like
That first fight.
Yeah, but even DC and Stipe's third fight, I reckon like at the start, DC was working him. But
do you
he
think
gets
that
tired?
do you think that the third fight with DC and Stipe, like he was too old? Like you could see that DC's age was catching up to
Finally
him.
got the father
It
time
was
tapped him on
fine.
the
Father
shoulder.
time was finally like
in the later rounds, you could
yeah.
tell. But
He got the eye poke too, though.
yeah, I really
Yeah.
got him.
But I
That's
mean,
why,
Stipe
That whole
got the eye
series is
pokes as
defined
well.
by
Yeah.
eye pokes, dude.
Yeah,
I would say that
eye poke
the
trilogy.
thing is, I think DC is right, even though he said it. He's not really the guy to say it, but he's like, Jones isn't going to carry power up to heavyweight. He's like, he's not going to knock anyone out up there. He's like, well, you got knocked out by him, so you can't
Yeah,
really
that's
say.
what- yeah,
You
that's what
can't
he
say
said.
that. Everyone else can say that, but you got knocked out by him.
But it
So you
seems
can't
like
say that. But
DC
I agree with DC in that sense. I don't think that when he goes to heavyweight, he's going to have heavyweight power. But as you
I guess
said,
we'll
he
see.
has the skill set. He has the
Yeah,
speed,
he's always
the
got- yeah.
size, the strength. He's just not a devastating knockout artist the same way that someone like Francis or Derek
Yeah,
Lewis or whatever.
yeah, he's just smarter.
What about you, Kaan? Who's some of your favorites?
Mine's TJ Dillashaw.
How dare you.
Oh,
How dare you?
jeez, TJ.
I don't give a
We
fuck.
had a little discussion about this, and like I want to go back to this when we were talking about who, fucking TJ should come back to fight. I think that
It's
you
Uriah
don't
Faber.
cheat. Don't
Fuck
fucking
Uriah
cheat.
Faber.
How dare you? You don't think that fight would sell though?
I think
No
that's a cool.
way. That's a dumb fight. He's washed
Why?
out. Who's
do you
the?
mean?
Favor is pretty old.
His
Hold
last
on, hold-
fight, he fought the champion.
Yeah, and he
went
got
3 rounds.
demolished.
He had a pretty good first 2 rounds.
Favor.
Let me
Bro, I
step
don't know
in
about
here.
you. He's
TJ
old.
I'm not saying
Dillashaw.
that TJ's not going to win. I just mean like if you were going to bring TJ back into the fold, why not have a grudge match against someone who's like a former coach,
I reckon he'd
Oh.
kill
someone who
him.
knows?
Or
You reckon?
I reckon he'd kill him.
I think
or TJ comes back and fights Jose Aldo. I know you don't like
be
it because
good.
you don't want to reward a cheater, and I respect
Yeah.
that. But come on, dude, TJ.
No.
Jose
All right.
Aldo.
What
you
I think,
fucking- I know
now,
you
listen,
fucking feel me on
Kaan, I know,
this.
as I said, this is your boy,
Yes.
and I know Ben fucking loves a bit of TJ as well. I'm not a huge fan of him.
He's a great
respect the
fighter,
skills.
though.
I like
you-
the fighting
respect the
style.
skills.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be rewarded, especially with the title shot.
Yeah, maybe
Right
not
off of a-
title.
So I would give him Rob Font. That's what I think. You
I don't even know
can't
who
come
that
into
is, bro.
exactly.
That's
That's what
the
I'm saying.
thing, though.
Rob Font just beat Marlon Moraes. great boxing.
Yeah, I know who.
No, I don't think so. If you come off of a violation for cheating, especially against, like, as you said, Cejudo. I mean, Cejudo did the right thing. He didn't cheat. He got down to one.
But Aldo's not the champion. It's not like you're giving him the belt when he comes back.
I think Aldo and Garbrandt should happen. I think Garbrandt and Aldo, and then you do
That's
TJ.
cool too, but that's like this. That's like almost like a.
I think TJ deserves someone who
choice to
basically
TJ.
He has the least to gain when he fights. As I said, if you're not going to do Faber, which is grudge match and it's big money, you either give him like Rob Font or you give him like Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, I don't want to
Well, I
see
think
Faber
he's
lose
retired.
again. You know, like I think that TJ beats Faber, and I don't want to see Faber lose again. Like
Yeah,
that.
I don't either.
Is Faber still fighting?
Yeah,
Shit.
he's still in the USADA testing pool. I know that much.
Faber got the fucking.
So who would you want to see TJ come back against? If you,
Someone like Jose Aldo would be
Yes,
cool.
dude.
Do you think he beats Aldo?
I just like to watch it.
I'd love to watch it. I'm just saying, I just don't think he deserves it.
You'll watch it. You'll
but
pay your fucking.
I want to see.
60
I'd
bucks
watch Aldo and Garbrandt
to watch it.
as well,
Jesus,
though.
I don't want to see Faber get a fuck. I don't want to see that fucking butt chin get knocked off his face again, like against Purity
Dude,
Yarn.
If you
that
notice
was
with
rough.
age, his
Sad.
eyes
That was
get
sad.
closer and
Yes.
that bum chin gets fucking
Don't
thicker as
give
well,
him,
man.
Don't
I want
give
to
him-
clap those cheeks eventually. You know what I mean?
I was hoping that Aldo did well in that fight. Like, I had full respect for going down and still like being a champ and just like slugging it out. You know what I mean?
Dude, we all love Uriah Faber. Like, kudos to that guy. Steps in against Purity Yarn and like.
Gave him some, you know.
It was a good. I mean,
He
the
get-
the fight
No,
wasn't
Faber
over
got
early.
fucked up, but I mean, like, you know, the first few rounds were competitive.
Yeah,
Got to give it to him. Man, he smoked Ricky Simon.
yeah.
Can't say that he was a huge underdog in that fight. I mean, Ricky was supposed to roll him. You know what I mean? Shout out to the mullet crew. Ricky.
Yeah, and we saw how Ricky performed, like recently.
Ricky just
as
looked-
well. Looked
Ricky's
fucking
looking
real
good.
good.
All right, so yeah, so TJ, would you say you have like sort of like a favorite fighter for each weight class, or just like
Yeah.
specifically like you reckon?
Like
TJ's
as a
you-
whole, I like TJ Dillashaw and Demetrius Johnson, but
No,
I like
TJ, dude. He's
I
got a
like
special
TJ
place.
Dillashaw's
Who do you
style.
think would have won against those two? Because that was the original super fight before they did TJ versus Cejudo, and Cejudo beat
True.
Demetrius.
Mm.
I thought that was a bullshit decision, but I mean he got the win, and we got TJ versus Cejudo. Who do you think would have won if TJ fought Demetrius?
When that fight happened, I was rooting for TJ, but at the same time, I love Cejudo's fight IQ.
Oh no,
Me and
he's very
Edan
smart.
actually met up with Cejudo and we got
guys
a photo
met
with
him?
him. Yeah,
You
bro.
met that guy?
He's short.
Yeah, I've heard he's
Yeah.
tiny.
He's short. Edan was like a giant against him.
yeah,
But he's
fucking oath.
even though he's cringe, his fight
He's
IQ
excellent.
and the way he fights.
He's
Yeah.
a great fighter, and
Yeah.
you got to do what you got
So-
to do. I mean, it's the same thing with like Colby Covington as well. Like, you know, he
You gotta
like,
respect.
yeah,
You
dude.
gotta give respect. I
Yeah.
mean, even Darren Till said, man, like he's like, I've seen Colby train, man. He's like, I respect the fuck out.
He's a
of
great
his work
fighter.
ethic, man.
Mm.
Good.
So as you said, like who, like you think TJ and Demetrius, like if you would pick, who would win that fight?
Honestly, Demetrius. Honestly.
Who?
Demetrius.
Demetrius, yeah,
Honestly.
at 125, yeah. Hell yeah.
He's gonna be fighting next month in one
Sorry,
championship.
produce.
Yeah.
I'm
I think he's,
excited to
he's
watch
been
that.
fighting for the belt this time.
He's already got the belt.
He's
doesn't
already
he?
got the belt.
Or is that the Grand Prix belt?
Who's this?
I'm not sure. I didn't
Demetrius.
realize he had fought for the championship.
Oh
yet.
no, I don't think
That's
he's
the
got.
Grand
He's,
Prix.
yeah, he won the tournament or something.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna fight for the belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
my
DJ
bad.
not the one champion?
Nah, he's a Grand Prix champion. So they had like a little tournament. He won that.
The Grand Prix, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
He's got such a grappling advantage over those guys. Like those.
Dude, flying armbar. Sorry,
Oh,
flying
no.
armbar. Come on. Have you heard of Ray Borg since then? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
No.
No, but we know Ray Borg's had trouble with his kid and stuff.
Yeah, we know this, but flying armbar.
All right, main
Okay.
card. Let's have a look at this. UFC, what is this? 259, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you want to go through
That
and?
is a mad card.
Well,
It's the best card that we've
Outrageous.
ever seen on paper.
Okay,
COVID,
so
you-
I want to say this.
COVID, fucking take a day
Yeah.
off, okay? COVID, go grab a cup of coffee. COVID. We don't want to hear from you this
I don't want
time.
to hear anything about that. So, fucking to open the card, Thiago Santos and Alexander Rakic. You guys, surely you've seen these two fellas, right?
I only seen highlights of Rakic, but I've watched Thiago Santos fight. I reckon he's crazy
He's
good.
a motherfucker. yeah, he's a
Yeah.
tall
He's relentless.
Teixeira.
I haven't
was his
seen
last
that.
fight. It was
I
his
haven't
last
seen that
fight.
one.
Gave John Jones a fucking good run for his money.
Yeah,
too.
I honestly
stuffed up
thought.
knee as well.
I thought he won
Dude,
that
his knee
fight.
was fucked.
I
Yeah.
thought he won that fight.
I
Every
scored for
night.
Jones, but
Rewatch that fight. He did not win.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was
Rewatch
watching
I
it
scored it
live.
for
Without-
Jones, but I thought it was
Without the
close.
commentators as well, you watch it whenever because people are used to Jones winning. So and yeah.
Also, I do
dominating.
think if you're gonna win the championship, you've got to make it decisive that you're taking the belt from
Dude,
the champ.
to do that well on one leg, as you said.
Yeah,
like
dude, it wasn't even noticeable that he tore it. ACL? ACL.
MCL, LCL,
Some knee
meniscus,
injury.
and fucking.
He had one leg.
Yeah, oops. I keep doing that. I keep
Also, bro.
trying to enunciate stuff.
You're not used to that. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, how I look at this too, though, it's kind of a mirror
guys.
matchup. These guys almost fight exactly the same. If anything, I've watched the two of them. I'm kind of like they're the same guy, and they fight at the same weight class, and now they're
Should be
actually
fun.
fighting each other. So the only thing is, Rakic is just bigger. He's a bigger Santos,
Yeah, he's huge.
and he actually can. He's massive. I mean, when he looked at Anthony Smith, I was like, whoa, he is a big fella.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
Anthony-
I'm pretty sure you said to me one time, like, he is pretty much the perfect frame for light heavyweight. Like, he's
yeah,
the perfect.
he's got that super athletic.
like light
footballer
heavyweight
frame.
is the weight class for athletes, like super athletes.
Yeah,
And
he-
then of course
he is
Thiago Santos is
super
every
athletic
night
as
the
well,
boogeyman
man.
checks his closet for Thiago Santos. Like the
Yeah.
guy's scary as
You
fuck.
don't get a Thor's hammer tattooed on your chest if you're
Yeah,
not
that's
a
cool.
bad
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That's
so,
cool.
as you said, like Rakic to me is that new breed of light heavyweight. He has the same kind of frame as Jones, but he's more explosive. He doesn't have the technicality that Jones. We know this. Jones is just so far ahead of the curve, but like he is that next breed of fighter who's going to really, I think, establish themselves. The same.
Well, you're
way
not
that-
talking about Glover Teixeira, dude, the glove.
How dare you, the glove? No, I mean like Rakic. You have fighters like Dominic Reyes, similar frame as well, just like long, lean, heavy kicks, explosive, fast, powerful. Like they're built kind of like how you see Aussie rules football players are built. Like if that makes sense, like just these, like the frame like you, but just probably thicker. You know what I mean? But like you, as you said, they have reach. They have the technicality now where they can stop these smaller, more muscular built fellas. They can't get to them, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
did you guys watch Joaquin Buckley and Kevin Holland? That's probably a perfect example. You have someone who looks like a Greek god, explosive as shit, you know what I mean, exploding into the pocket with combinations. And because Kevin Holland's so long and lean and he cracks, man, he just was not letting Buckley in on anything. And the second they had some space, Kevin Holland just shoots his fucking missile into Buckley's face and sends him flying across the ring. And I think the same thing, man. Like
Lost
those
his
guys who have
mouthpiece.
the reach, like you, for example, when you have when you have that reach and you know how to keep distance, it's hard for these
deadly.
other fighters, man. As you said, like they can't get to you. They don't know what to do. They have to just kind of come in, cover up, and just hope. And then meanwhile, you're fucking a million miles away. You've hit them 3 times before they even realized, oh fuck, I need to throw something.
Yeah.
That's why Eden's so good at his division.
Yeah.
He's
course,
just a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
beast at his division.
If you can use range, and I mean, John Jones has been doing this for a long time now, as you said, if you can utilize range,
It
people
seems
could-
like
yeah.
the one of the best recipes to win is the fucking KFC's secret 11 herbs and spices in reach. Like that is the way to win. Like if you
Yeah.
have reach, that's
look
I
at
mean,
how many
depends on your
fighters.
style, though.
Adesanya and
Depends on
Costa,
your
dude.
style.
Like
Look how many
absolutely nothing.
Because there's people with that kind of frame who don't utilize it. I want to say right now, James Vick, not utilize that kind of reach. Stefan Struve, who had the longest reach in the UFC, could not utilize
inches
that
was
reach,
that,
and
Griff?
just people would close in on him and just take his
Bro,
fucking head
Mark
off.
Hunt, remember that?
Yeah, Mark Hunt. I mean, Tai Tuivasa fucking clocked his head off too.
Yeah.
Neil Magny is another one who doesn't kind of utilize the reach that he
It's a
has.
shame because I thought Neil Magny was making a little bit of a resurgence for a little while.
Yeah,
there.
I
I thought
did
he was
too.
doing quite well. If he had
He's
won
been-
that Chiesa fight, I would have. I kind of wanted him to win that Chiesa fight. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you guys think though with attributes you hear from the fighters? Like, you think like definitely like reach is kind of like that main
Key.
thing you want to have in a fight, or?
It helps a lot, but it just depends on your style. Like, if you're a grappler and you want to get him down and grapple and stuff, it doesn't really matter because on the floor, you're all like the same size.
Yeah,
But,
true.
um,
I find
that's
that
true.
if you're longer and lankier as a grappler, you have a lot more opportunities to lock things up because you have those long limbs. But you also have that
Depends
long
on
neck
your game.
too. Like people
Yeah.
can get your neck a lot easier because you've
Yeah.
fucking got that long pencil neck like me. You know what I mean? Just
Can't
a
put that
huge
going
target.
Yeah,
I can
look at
fucking-
chokeable.
yeah, I can
It's
just,
chokeable.
you know what I mean?
I choked that. Yeah.
Yeah, go gadget the fucking neck over the fence. You know what I mean?
This is James and the Giant.
Anyway, as I said, like I feel like Alexander Rakic is that new breed in that light heavyweight division. I think that he has those attributes now that are becoming key. Like as you said, like the Dominic Reyes's, the Rakic's, the Yuri Prohashka who made his debut from was it Risen? I think he came over from. He was a champion, knocked out fucking Ozdemir.
Yeah.
you know, and Thiago Santos as well. He's an outstanding athlete. He's so fast and so explosive and so unpredictable. That fight is just fucking fireworks. Like I don't know. It's a 50-50 because it's a mirror matchup. It's just one guy's bigger. That's the only thing. I might lean towards Rakic because he's bigger. I have seen him get dropped with a left hook by Devin Clark back in the day, so I know he's weak to that side. Those kind of holes don't really get filled often. You know, Santos knocked out fucking the champion right now, who's the sitting champion. He has a knockout over him with a left hook, if I'm not mistaken. So, I'm going to lean Rakic.
Did you guys freaking got picks for that, or like? I don't really know Rakic as well, or like.
You want to go back and do some history?
I mean,
studying.
No, I know Rakic, but like
terrifying.
Santos is like he's got experience now in like the big show, you know,
Fought the champ.
the big shows. So
Knocked out the champ.
I reckon you could pull that off.
Yeah.
Same.
Also,
Same.
Santos? I love me some Thiago, man.
I
My
don't know,
Lord and
man.
Savior.
I like both the fighters, but like Santos is coming off a pretty much devastating leg injury. He has probably more devastating power. Rakic has probably the better this is a really tough fight to
Dude,
pick.
it's a mirror matchup. As I
It's
said,
so
they
hard
fight
to
almost
pick.
the exact same. It's just one guy's bigger. That's all I can say. They're almost the same guy. It's just one guy's a little bit bigger.
Probably take Santos just because I want to see him. I do want to see him win. He's probably gonna have Yannick Kunitskaya in his corner as
Oh
well.
my
I want to see him win in front of her as well.
We'll move on.
Now,
This one should be easy.
this is crazy because I mean Islam is like, you know what I mean.
The next
heir,
Habib.
the heir to the
That's
throne.
what
He's
Daisy
the heir to
said
the
like
throne.
yesterday.
They say
I've
they say that Islam is. Well, you told me this actually.
Dude, I've
you
listened
said
to a bunch of podcasts. I listened to like the the Big John McCarthy and Josh Thompson. And Thompson is a long-time AKA member.
Yeah.
And he's trained with Islam and Khabib since they literally both touched foot in the States.
And you
Right?
said that Islam is probably the better fighter in the gym. He just seems to not be able to put it together on fight night, whereas Khabib can.
Yeah, from all the information I've gathered from DC, from Rockhold, from Khabib himself, Islam, although he looks and resembles Khabib, he is not Khabib. He's not the
Better
same.
striking.
He's not Khabib. But what he does different to Khabib is that he's, as you said, he's much more willing to strike. His striking's a lot tighter, it's a lot cleaner, and he has the same level of wrestling. So any fight that stays standing, there's a chance that he can get clipped. He has got one loss on his record, and that
Was like 2015 against whoever the fuck.
So, but
we
he,
don't know.
as he said, he stayed a little too willing on the feet to, you know, and got put down. So we'll have to see because he's got a lot tighter striking than Khabib. He's a lot less wild. He's a lot more calculated. He's got better kicks. He's faster. And he's huge for that fucking weight class, man. And I mean, Drew Dober has not got the best reputation against wrestlers. So I mean, Drew Dober is probably a better striker. He's got the fucking thickest legs I've ever seen. He's
No shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He looks like he can squat a fucking Camry.
So Cameron,
He's the fucking benevolent Chad, man. He's got the chin of all chins.
he is actually the fucking Chad of the
Yeah,
division.
right.
though, right? He
He's
comes out.
He's the most Chad fucking Michaels you've ever seen.
He comes out with fat dick energy.
I love me.
That dick
you know what I mean?
energy.
You know he's been at a frat party the night before any fight, but I think Islam's gonna run him over. I'm gonna say
too.
it right now. I think Islam is gonna get to that. He's gonna get to that fucking lightweight
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, I've got Islam.
Got to support the
makes
Islam
Muslim
is-
brother.
yeah.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, from what they say in the gym, he's even better than Khabib. And
Well, you
look how
see him.
good
You see him
Khabib
when he
is.
pulls off the Russian tie snap in wrestling.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That was
Dude, the
sick. Come on.
sweep on that.
I still
kid.
look at that in slow mo. I'm like, how does he generate the actual force to like
Yeah.
fucking kick him off? It doesn't matter.
I think what's his name, Thompson. I think Josh Thompson and Deron Wynn, who's a light heavyweight fighter, or
yeah,
now
the
he's down at
smallest
middleweight.
light heavyweight of all time.
Yeah, they said that he's the strongest human being they've ever felt on the mat, ever. They said there's no one I've ever grappled with who's stronger than him, pound for pound.
Mm.
That's including Khabib as well, and we've seen what Khabib's done to everybody.
You guys got Islam then?
Islam all day.
What you guys got?
I think Islam's
Yeah,
going to get to
Muslim
the
brother.
title. I think
Muslim
Islam's going to
brother.
get to the title within this year, maybe by the end of the year. I think he's going to be in
Think
the
so.
title picture.
He's had a rough road.
I think he's going to. I think he runs over almost everyone. The only person I think who's going to give him trouble getting up into that upper echelon lightweight is probably Charles Oliveira. Like if you want to see Khabib versus Tony,
I'd
but like the
say
discounted
Michael
version.
Chandler too.
you reckon?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
rate
Mark
him.
Chandler's good.
I think he's.
I gotta say it too, because Michael Chandler is a fucking powerhouse.
It's
Dude.
just that
First team all body. I swear to
no.
God, dude.
He is like bigger Chad Mendes. But the thing about Chandler is that he wrestles like the same way that the American style wrestling with that, like, you know what I mean, that collegiate, college, Olympic wrestling style. Those fuckers don't wrestle like that, you know. And if you're going to go travel and start expanding that knowledge, as you said, when you want to go and train jits, those Dagestanis, when they wrestle with that judo sambo style, it's different. You see that it's different, man. Like they put you against the fence, and then they they chain wrestle you along the ground on one side, and they just shut you down. They have that Dagestani
You can see because like
handcuff, he has your hand
I
behind your
mean,
head, you have
that's what I was
your
gonna
legs
say.
tied up.
Their game plan is like
They don't shoot those
like
blast
becoming
doubles, man.
mainstream in like MMA culture, like the Dagestani handcuffs and everything that they're starting to like. It's putting it on the map.
Yeah, I don't see that going well for Drew Dober at all.
Unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Apparently it's one, then, yeah.
Title fight.
Next one, Doodle.
PDN.
Yeah.
I'm Peter Yan all day.
Straight up.
I
Peter Yan.
love me some fucking
Piotr.
Aljo, man, the Funk Master, Aljo Sterling. I actually love Aljo Sterling. I think he's a great fighter. I just think Peter Yan is.
Jan's a savage.
Peter Yan's got the wrestling to fend off those takedowns, and
Yeah.
he's going to light him the fuck up on the feet. To do that to Jose Aldo, you know what I mean? Like to have
And your boy Faber as well, Doodle.
not just that, Jimmy Rivera as well.
Finished
Yes.
him.
I think Peter Yan is that next.
Faber's
breed.
eye, man, after that was.
I don't know if anyone. I don't see anyone.
Your division.
You're
It is.
35.
They're tiny.
Fuck you. You're like Sugar Sean O'Malley in that sense, right? You're
Bruh.
way bigger
What
than
are
all
you,
those
6'2",
fucks.
6'3"?
No, bro. I'm like, I don't know, 6'1", 6 foot.
Bro,
Something like
60
that.
kg.
I think I'm like 184, 185. I think I'm like that.
Crazy thing you're fucking.
They're tiny.
fighting that kind of
They are
The only
tiny,
guys who are
bro.
that height at that weight class are Sandhagen and Sugar, I think. They're the only
I think
two-
Sean O'Malley's like 5'11". I think he is.
So
That's
you're
my height.
taller than him again.
Mm.
Shit.
That's what I'm
That's some
saying.
confidence
He's
right there.
good at his
You're
division.
Fast,
Tiny,
man.
man.
You're
These
fucking
guys are tiny.
fast.
You want to be at that division if you fought? You reckon, like, or
Yes, I'm going to answer that for you.
Yes.
Yes.
I've heard,
I'm
from
gonna
what I
answer for
hear,
him.
that people said that your left hook is outrageous at that size and at that weight class. You should.
I mean,
be
at
able
that weight, they just feel.
You shouldn't be able to hit
They
that
just
hard.
feel weak.
Yeah.
Like compared to.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. Like because of the training that we do,
Yeah.
we go with a lot stronger people. You know, so. Yeah, when the fight night comes,
Not
it's
even
like
fight
nothing.
ball. Good way to put
And you
it.
don't look skinny
scratching
at the
the
weight
surface.
class either. When we watch you fight, you didn't look skinny. That's why I was
You look
like,
way-
when you
Hold
fought,
on.
I was like,
Did you
this
see
doesn't
legs?
look
Shut up.
the
See
same
legs?
thing. Like it looks like you weigh a lot, like obviously like rehydrated and whatever, but you looked so much bigger than who you fought.
I mean, I wasn't even that much heavy. I weighed in like 62.5, and then during the fight, I was probably like 67.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standard dish. So I'm going with Peter Yan on that one.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
I
Yeah,
just
you
don't
kind of
think-
turned me around on
I
it
just
as
don't
well.
think
I was-
Aljo can get him down. And if it stays on the feet, he's in a
Yeah.
wrestler and jits. But I think so is Peter Yan, man. He's got great wrestling too, and I just don't see him getting him down. And if it stays on the feet, we've seen what Peter Yan can do, man. He withstood Aldo, and he chewed him up on the feet. I mean, Aldo's got some of the best striking.
The
I've
only
ever
argument
seen.
is you saw what Aljo did to Sandman, like where he just
Yeah,
right
but
off the bat
Sandman
he
is-
just
Sandman's takedown defense is very low.
that's I don't know that's
He doesn't have the takedown defense. But if you can't take Peter Yan down, good luck. Good luck.
you guys fans of these guys too? Or
I like PDN.
Yeah.
Prota, I
he's
think
a
he's
beast.
Prota. I think. Now, yeah,
That's all young then, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
unanimous.
All right.
Easy.
I love Aljo. I'd love to
Unanimous
see Aljo
yawn.
win. I will celebrate if Aljo wins. I just think
Yeah, okay.
Be the odd one out.
the reason that Sterling Silver means you come in second place. You know what I'm saying?
Sterling
Like,
Silver, that gold.
yeah, the gold's going to elude him if Peter Yan's the champion.
Amanda Nunes.
The goat.
Yeah. There's there's probably absolutely no reason you would pick against Amanda Nunes.
Other than Megan Anderson's
It-
babe,
And,
And
yeah, she's straight up
she's
sexy.
an Aussie.
And
She's got a
Aussie.
crazy frame. She's got the most ludicrous.
Yeah, she's like 6 foot.
6 foot. Her arms are long as shit. Her legs
That's
are longer than
crazy.
anything I've ever seen. She's a smoke show. I love her, and I think Amanda is going to torture her in there. Unfortunately, it's how do you pick against Amanda? Like who? The only person who has a chance against her in the world at that weight class of that size is Shevchenko. That
Yeah.
might be-
Exactly-
she's
exactly
the
what I
only
was gonna
person who
say.
has a chance.
You always say that.
I always say that.
Wait.
Shevchenko is. I reckon she's the best female fighter.
Agreed.
She's better than
Agreed.
Nunes. I reckon.
She's
She has a
skill,
very-
skill for skill. She might be better than Nunes. It's just
Yeah.
Nunes
So
is just
small.
bigger.
Yeah.
Do you think that? So, do you think that Shevchenko has more of a chance of beating Nunes than Durandamy would? Durandamy.
Yeah, 'cause
Easy.
Shevchenko.
I
can
thought
still
her
handle
fight-
the
Shevchenko
ground game.
could've-
Shevchenko
yeah.
can handle the ground game.
True, but Durandamy fought her twice as well, if I'm not mistaken.
They both fought
Yes.
twice, and then Amanda smoked Durandamy both times. Whereas
The second time, I don't know,
The
the
two
second-
Shevchenko fights were close.
The
Both of them were close.
The second time, I think that
Fighters answer the question, dude.
Sus.
When we hear those fighters fucking break
Yeah.
that shit down for me.
The
Yeah,
pros.
good Kaan.
Me.
Yeah, you.
Well, I don't know Megan Anderson that much.
No?
Aussie girl.
No,
I've seen
I
her,
know that.
yeah.
I know she's got a big frame and all that, but I've never seen her
The
personally
biggest.
fight.
Yeah. You know,
She's all striking.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen her like
She
once.
Strikes, she's kind of got the same schooling as you guys. She's got that kind of striking style. It's just her ground game is just kind of not there.
know,
Amanda
I
can
can-
box too, though.
Yeah, I mean her striking's good, but like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she somehow lands stuff from
Clips.
like clips her
Amanda. Yeah.
from really far out of range because Amanda's never fought anyone this big. But
That's
then I wouldn't be
true.
surprised
Durandamy's
if
Durandamy is pretty big.
close, but like
Yeah,
I
she's
think
like 5'9",
Megan's
I
bigger.
think.
Yeah.
I feel like she's the Darren
You-
Till of that division.
You reckon?
who Megan.
Like she's just huge, big thighs.
this fucking chick, you mean?
Yeah.
Megan.
You don't mean Nunes, you mean that guy?
Yeah, Megan.
See, I always forget that fucking Nunes came back and Rousey came back and Nunes fucking smoked her. in
Yeah.
40 seconds. That gets wiped from my mind. I
How
see it
dare
come
you,
up on,
dude.
YouTube or something,
How
like,
dare you,
that
dude.
did fucking happen. That wasn't a dream.
So it's just
Rousey came back and got flopped.
Yeah.
That happened.
so it's Nunes across the board, right? It's
For
pretty-
sure.
Yeah, I reckon she's still gonna win though. Yeah, easy.
No, fuck you.
Nunes
Megan
might-
Anderson, dude.
Yeah. We should support the Aussie girl, but like
Love you, Megan.
But we legit rooted
Alright.
against her.
This is I mean,
Not here. No, you won't hear it from me on camera. Absolutely not.
This is the big chips right here, son. Talk us through this one. We got Jan Blachowicz, just became the light heavyweight champion. Beat Dominic Reyes very convincingly, as you said. White put it best. Left a map of Poland on the side of his body with those kicks.
Yeah.
Destroyed Reyes. Put his nose on the other side of his face.
An absolute different fighter as of 2019. Like Jan Blachowicz has made a complete resurgence.
Yep. And you got Izzy, probably the best striker in the whole sport.
I'll say he is.
What do you think?
You guys got
Well, I said from the last fight of Paulo Costa and Izzy, I lost $100, 50 to him, 50 to Dion, and I said if I ever lose this bet, I'm never rooting against Izzy again. And due
That's
to that,
sort of exactly how I feel
bro,
as well.
I Costa
I got
did
my
jack
Izzy
shit in that
too.
fight, like honestly, but still, I'll never root against Izzy ever since that.
So
I was
you,
scared
you
for Izzy in that fight, so I feel
I was too. I
this,
thought he was
it's
gonna lose.
exact. This guy's fucking looking at me in a way I just don't like right now because this is exact. This is like his
I-
pride and joy. I saw the fucking Costa and Romero fight and I thought, oh my god, like if Romero has a like trouble breaching the distance with Adesanya, and then Costa comes along and gives fucking Costa the business in a great fight. I thought that maybe he would do the same to Adesanya in their fight, and that didn't happen.
Bro, he stood there, did nothing.
Nothing.
He couldn't.
He
He couldn't breach the distance, and this guy did say it. Fair game to you. You did say it.
Look, I don't want to sound fucking cocky in that sense, but I looked at the second they announced that fight, I was like, Izzy is just going to smoke him. Like,
Gonna
it's
style
not
on.
going to be
You said style
style
on.
on. I
gonna
said he's
style
not
on.
going to have a chance. I said Costa can't, he can't even deal with someone who throws a jab. Like Uriah Hall chewed him up
Hall.
with the jab. It's just Uriah Hall has the mental side of the game shuts Uriah Hall down, whereas Israel is as strong mentally as anybody I've ever seen, and he knew that Costa was coming in, taunting him, showed his hand straight away, like, I want to taunt you and tease you for everything you hit me with so that you'll come and exchange with me. And Izzy's like, well, nah, I might just chip you away at range until you decide to come in, and I'll just...
Yeah, that's that galaxy brain strat.
Yeah.
Like he fucking
didn't play
it
into
worked.
Costa's game, which
100%
was
it worked.
taunt and hope that Izzy comes in for a firefight. And Izzy was like, why would I do that when I can just chew you apart from range? I'm a way better kickboxer. I fought way bigger guys, fought more powerful guys, and you are just a brawler who comes forward recklessly. And that's not going to work against such an elite, as you guys would know, like such an elite, technical, outstanding kickboxer like Izzy. Unless you can take him to the ground and do something, you got no chance. Especially someone like Costa, man. Small T-Rex arms, doesn't actually hit that hard. It's a volume striker. Can't fight you unless you're pinned against the cage. If you're out in open space, he's a fucking sitting duck.
But in saying that, we're talking about Jan Blachowicz and not Paulie Costa.
Jan is going to suffer in this fight because he's nowhere near as fast. I think that speed kills.
Has he lost 8 times?
He's
Yeah.
lost a couple of times, yeah.
He's on like a resurgence.
He's lost
on
to
a big
Thiago
resurgence.
Santos is on the fucking start of the card.
He lost to
It's
Jimmy
crazy.
Manawa. He's also lost to Corey Anderson, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he avenged both those losses.
Yeah,
though.
exactly,
He
that's-
lost to fucking... The one fight that kind of gets me every time is he lost to Pat Cummins, which is rough.
Pat Cummins has got some sneaky wins in there, though, if you ever check that out.
You reckon? So who you got? Because I think it's easy.
Easy.
Yeah. I mean, I always gone for the
He's a fanboy.
skinny guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Skinny guys
I
for the win
kinda root
always.
that too,
For
man.
me.
That's why I like Kevin Holland too.
And he's just way more skilled.
Yeah.
Like Jan Blachowicz, he's like he's
Young
obviously
bloke,
good.
He's
You
patient.
don't become a world champion if you're shit. But when you watch him strike, and you watch Izzy strike, it's different levels, way different levels.
Do you think
He's on
the
his own
weight will
level.
play into it? Because obviously,
Well, Israel's fought heavyweight before,
Yeah.
so I don't reckon it'll be too much of an issue. But because he's still a big guy.
He's coming
he's
in
a big
lighter.
fella.
I mean, he
He'll
said it
come
on
in
there
lighter.
all along. He's
189
going to come.
weighs. 189.
He's
He'll
still a
come
big
in at
guy.
195
Yeah.
max.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
too.
So Israel all day for me.
Alright. Sweet.
He's been on a tear now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Adesanya as well. Like, he's just too technically
Have you
sound.
been the odd one out again?
And he's just...
You like picking the
Hey,
other.
no, but here, you and I went...
You and I
we went yarn on the fucking
Reyes fight.
Reyes fight, yeah. He is Mexican. He's Hispanic, though. We know this.
As he says. I actually, I'm gonna go. I'm scared for Izzy in this fight, and I know this is like deja vu with Costa, but like, I don't know. I just 5 rounds he has to.
You got a hunch, huh?
I just don't see Izzy knocking him out, and I know that I didn't think that Izzy had the kind of punching power to actually knock Costa down.
Hey, Sammy told you something we don't know?
Position, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have Sammy's blind bet again
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, we'll have to
I
do
think
that.
confidence is key as well,
Yeah.
but like, you know, it could come to.
I want Adesanya to win.
with Izzy.
I want
You know,
Adesanya.
he's getting a little bit too cocky, moving up in.
I want Adesanya to win just because of the Jones fight. Like, that's probably the biggest fight ever.
What's that?
Maybe.
What's bigger than Adesanya and Jones?
If they
Nothing.
both get a win,
Yes.
Adesanya won here.
Let me just
He'll call him out.
You call
We'll
him
probably
out.
call him out.
You call him out.
Like, up at heavyweight.
let me lay down some knowledge for you. Okay, so fucking, we can't have Francis winning. We have to have Stipe winning, so that Stipe's still the greatest heavyweight ever. Jones comes in and beats Stipe, and then also Adesanya beats Blachowicz, and then
Yeah.
There it is.
and
That's
then
the dream
even
fight.
dude, imagine if there was like some sort of fucking Jones Adesanya trilogy.
Yeah, it's saucy.
Hold up, like,
Yeah,
like,
he'll go
I'm
for
talking
the
like this goes on for like 4
Yeah.
years. 4 years of UFC heavyweight, light heavyweight history. They have the trilogy. That's the
I
biggest
don't like him
trilogy
at
ever.
heavyweight.
Who? Adesanya?
Yeah.
You haven't even seen him in heavyweight. What do you mean?
I haven't seen it light heavyweight either, but he's not even making like the weight for that.
Be patient.
Yeah, but he'd bulk up though.
You
Yeah.
reckon?
He'd get bigger if you had to go to heavyweight.
I don't think so. I think he'd just
Ngannou's
fight
like-
at the weight he's at, and I think he's still got the
still
speed
smokes him.
advantage.
And that would
He'll
make
always
it.
have a speed advantage.
Yeah, he'll
You
be
reckon him
fast.
versus Ngannou or something like that, man? I just didn't
He'd
see
never
that
fight in
happening.
Ghana though.
I
'Cause-
know, but like,
Yeah. All right, lads.
yeah,
Thank you for fucking coming on and joining us, man. Like it's been a
it's been amazing.
Anytime, my
Oh,
pleasure.
sweet.
Had a
Been
good
awesome.
time. It was fun.
Yeah, like we.
Real
can't
fun.
wait for you guys' next fight. By the way, when is that? Shout that out. When's the date for the next fight?
His one's on the 21st.
Yep. 21st
I'm
of
still
March.
yet to be
Of March?
matched. I'm still yet to be matched for that one too.
Yeah.
And then my MMA one's on the 27th.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Melbourne Pavilion again, or
Nah, I think that one will be Chelsea Heights.
Yeah,
but
so,
this
yeah.
kickboxing one, Melbourne Pavilion.
maybe we could
Hell
get
yeah.
like a link or something, doodle, in the
Yeah,
fucking
I'll-
bio of the
I'll-
video.
Shout
it'll
him
be
out.
up on the screen right now, guys.
Put the Insta handles on there too.
Yeah,
Chuck them a
guys.
follow.
Hell yeah.
If you
Hell
guys
yeah.
are looking to fucking get in that beginners and start out with some mixed martial arts, XSE gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's the
killers,
place.
man. Yeah, these guys are great. We'll look forward to fucking seeing you
Great,
guys
bro.
fighting
We'll
against
chuck
them.
everything in the bio. We'll
Forward
chuck a
to
fucking
forming.
MySpace in the bio if you still got that.
Is that even alive? still?
I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, lads.
Thanks so much, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.
Anytime,
Keep
boys,
stuck, stay
anytime.
thick.